Good morning, everyone. My name is Beth Stanifor Seamster. I'm the Children's Ministry Coordinator at Whitewater Area Regional Ministry in Whitewater, Wisconsin. And I hope that you are all doing well today. I'm coming to you on the second Sunday of Advent to do my children's time. So let's start how we do. We'll check in, and I will tell you that for me, today is a thumbs up day. No particular reason why, other than the sun is out, even though it's cold. I love Advent, and I have plans to be with my kids this afternoon and do some fun things. So, all good stuff. However you are doing, I hope you take a few minutes and check in with the people around you. Let them know how you're doing, and then take some time to listen to them. Because as we know, when life feels really different, it's important that we talk to each other and share how we're feeling. Well, I have a question. The question is, do you like to dig holes? My son Matthew is 3.5, and he loves to dig in the garden. Now, that's great when we want to plant flowers. He'll dig the hole for us. It's hard when it's summer and we want to see the flowers because he might want to try to dig them up. But this fall, after our garden was done, we gave him his shovel and let him dig as much as he wanted to. And right now, the little bit of garden patch that we have in our backyard is full of these holes that he's dug, and then the dirt is mounded on the sides. So you can imagine our garden kind of looks like this. And that's great. In the spring, we'll fill everything back in. It'll take some work. We might have to buy more dirt. But it's good activity for him right now. In today's readings from the Bible, we hear the prophet Isaiah telling the people, "Prepare the way of the Lord, make straight his paths." Now, we know that back then people used to walk or they would ride on a horse. So having a straight path leading to your destination was important because it was much easier than having to go, down big hills and then up and down. That would take a lot longer. So Isaiah tells the people, make straight God's path so that he can come. And the way I interpret that is that the road that leads to God's kingdom should be flat and welcome to everyone, accessible to everyone. So when we think about our lives, like my garden, like this path that's going to lead to God's kingdom, maybe the question is the path straight, or does it look like my garden does right now with the deep holes and the dirt that's all mounded up on the sides? Which one is going to be easier to walk through? And the answer is that the straight path is probably more likely to lead to God's kingdom. Well, what does that mean? If we think about our lives like those two examples, we have to ask, what are the things that cause deep holes in our lives? And what are the things that might cause high mountains or peaks? Maybe those deep holes that we are trying to make straight, that we're trying to fill in, might look like hard relationships, broken places in our lives. So how do we fill them in? We have honest conversations with people that either we've hurt or who have hurt us. We say things like, "It hurt me when." "I wonder if I hurt you." "I'm sorry. What do you need from me?" We listen to each other. We change our behavior based on what other people tell us. We keep opening our eyes to the world around us, and we speak up when we see things that are wrong, when we see things that are making the holes deeper, like when people aren't treated fairly, when people don't have access to the things they need. Another word for that is injustice. We stand up for justice and equality. And in that way, we help to fill in the holes that we create in our lives. And sometimes I think about those peaks. When Matthew digs out the hole in our garden, the dirt has to go somewhere, and so it goes to the side. Well, when I think about what that might look like in terms of my life, I think about the places where I have too much, where I have more than I need, and I'm not doing a good job of sharing it. Do you ever have to talk about sharing stuff at your house? We talk about that all the time at my house. Sharing your toys, sharing your trampoline, sharing your clothes, all that stuff. Where do I have more than I need? And who doesn't have enough? Do I have more food than I need, and is someone else hungry? Could I share? Do I have more clothes than I need? Is someone else cold? Could I give up some of my stuff? Do I have more power than I deserve? Am I dictating things for other people and how they live their life that isn't fair? And we look at that, and then we do our best to share and give up what we need to. When we do those things, when we fix our broken relationships, when we stand up for the things that are wrong in this world, and when we share what we have to make space for everyone, we help make the path straight that leads to God's kingdom. Because we know that God's kingdom is a place where all are welcome, that God's kingdom is a place where there is enough for everyone, and that God's kingdom is a place where love abounds. So this week, I invite us to all look at our lives and look for even one place where our actions or lack of actions might be digging holes or creating too much. How can we share and how can we heal? And when we do that, we will help make the path straight that brings about God's kingdom here on earth. With that, I wish you blessings. Have a wonderful week. And as always, I miss you, and I look forward to seeing you again in person, hopefully someday soon. Bye.